3 videos in a day? Now that's an accomplishment. Yes, guys, I am pushing out as much content as I can, and this is going to be something that will be a habit. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, wait a minute, why are you, I don't know, Frasco, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to say here that the reason I'm doing this is because truth is, I want to get the best content out there and also get you guys showing that I am a dedicated uploader, and also to show that I will be making content every single day, even on vacation. Well, sometimes. But anyway, time to get in. So I already did NBA. I did a video game video. Now it's time back to get into technology. Now, I'm not going to go to Apple. I'm going to go back to Android for just a second. Now, this isn't a bash on Android. As a matter of fact, this is actually some upcoming news that could be a big impact on the future. Apparently, this could be the end of Android. Apparently, Google is reportedly developing a new thing called Fuchsia, which is an operating system for phones. Now, I gotta be honest. When Android came out, I thought Android was a noble competitor, and I thought it was something that could give Apple a run for its money. Now, looking at it in the hindsight, it can, and it definitely has a lot of improvements, but most notably, the market is still on iOS and is very close to dethrone Apple. But it's not Android that will be doing it. It looks like Fuchsia could be. So Fuchsia is basically a software that Google has been working on for almost a pretty much long time. It'll be replacing both Android and Chrome OS. No, not Chrome OS, I'm sorry. Actually, no, it might actually. According to this article, which I will link in the description, apparently Fuchsia is supposed to be a complete in-house tech giant. Now, it will have 2 operating systems that are based on Linux platforms. So if you don't know what Linux is, I feel very sorry for you. But anyway, not only is Fuchsia supposed to be a brand new thing, but it'll be solely made by Android. Now, this has been in development for almost 3 years. Google has been taking care of this. We thought that this was another company. No, this is Google. This is their own work. Now, Google developers have basically said that this is their way of getting a fresh start. And I can see why. You know, ever since Android came out, it has been the most furthest thing away. It has been the furthest thing from original. It has been so far away that Google probably doesn't even have a clutch on their own products. So by doing this, creating a new software from the ground up that works with everything, that's just like iOS. So pretty much an iOS version for Google Androids that work everything hand in hand just like before, that is very impressive. So it's a fresh start and a fresh take on this new platform that they're creating. Now, I do think that this could definitely be good, but that does mean that Android will come to an end. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to happen now. We could be seeing this down the line in like 4 to 5 years. Now, obviously, this does mean that a bunch of the devices that Android runs for will have to be covered over and definitely have to be taken into consideration when we're talking about, personally, when we're talking about, you know, all these devices that run Android. Now they're going to have to take this new software, and since this is Google owned, it definitely should work hand to hand. Now, Fuchsia is supposed to be more open based, and it says that it won't be like iOS, where if you try to switch to another phone device, it'll be easier and easy. So maybe there's some leisure there, but honestly though, we're going to have to see. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you my opinion on this. I am definitely looking forward to Fuchsia. I will definitely be looking into it more. I think Fuchsia is definitely good for it. As a matter of fact, I will pull up some more articles and I'll leave the link to the main article that I was talking about. You can read it down below. I personally am looking forward to Fuchsia, and I think Fuchsia is probably going to be better than Android in many ways. And since it's run by Google, we can see that it'll probably be more bigger and more linked in together, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's kind of my take on Fuchsia. Will it dethrone iOS right away? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and be an Apple sheep that sits here and says, oh, but iOS is the best device in the world. Android is the best operating system. I'm sorry, guys, but this gets me pumped up because, look, I'm not saying that Apple is the best. I'm not saying that Google's the best. I'm not even saying Samsung's the best. I see these companies for what they are. And I'm going to make a rant later on coming down, talking about these phone makers, talking about the market share, about people buying phones that are exactly the same but just different, but people don't know that. I'm going to make a separate video on that. I'm going to basically trash these companies. I'm going to start with Apple at the top of the line. I'm going to bash them. I don't want to sound like I'm a big guy, but I'm going to talk about what they're doing and what it's stupid. I'm going to talk about that. And on top of that, I'm going to talk about Samsung, how they started doing it, and look what's happening to them. I'll get into Samsung at another time, but these are things that are coming because I am so pumped up because I want to show you guys, not only do I see the problems with Apple, but I'm not going to just sit down and ignore it like most Apple sheeps do. Now, I'm not saying Apple sheeps are terrible. If anything, I respect the Apple sheeps or Apple fans. Now, there are Google sheeps. There are Samsung sheeps. They are all the same. But I will talk about that more in a later video. But this is about Fuchsia. So, overall, Fuchsia looks interesting. I will definitely be looking into it more if there are any more news to come. But that's going to do it. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. I got to stop saying listening. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what do you think of Google Fuchsia. Is this the end of Android? We are going to see. Now, if you guys thought that this was a bash for iOS, you are mistaken. But thanks for watching and peace.
Tell me pretty lies. Look me in the face. Tell me that you love